A couple of weeks ago, God started working on my compassion permanence. I walked by my mailbox at Christ Community, and there was a letter in the mail. It had got stuck in my mailbox, even though it was addressed to a pastor at Christ Community. And it's from a guy, and I'm just going to call his name William. William was writing to tell us, hey, Christ Community, way to go. I appreciate that you're doing a message series about pornography. He told me in his letter about the stuff that happened in his life. I wish I could read you the letter, but it's just too graphic. It ruined my day when I read his letter. It made me weep. But I knew instantly as I put the letter down that God wanted me to take some initiative with this guy. In his letter, William talked about the connection he had between the molestation charges that he's in jail for and the sexual abuse that happened to him repeatedly, starting when he was just a 6-year-old boy. He said this, and I quote, "I got so messed up in my thinking from the years of repeated abuse that I justified my actions. That's what people did to me when I was that age. Nobody came to my defense. I thought it was okay to do that to somebody else, but I got caught, and now I'm serving a 5-year sentence for it." William went on to tell me that while he was in jail, he heard the gospel, and he began a personal relationship with Jesus. He understands more clearly now the wrong that he's done and what it would take to live in responsibility now for that and take responsibility for it. He tells about every day how he experiences a new shade of God's love and God's forgiveness and mercy in his own life. It's really pretty encouraging to read the process that God has got him on right there in jail. William is learning what repentance and forgiveness are all about, but at the same time, he's a lot like Jerusalem, isn't he? For the rest of his life, William is going to face some pretty serious emotional and relational needs in his life. For the rest of his life, William will be a registered sex offender. And no matter how much he grows spiritually as a Christ follower, he's got his work cut out for him in rebuilding trust with people in his family. Now, the question for a person like me coming alongside his life is this, what can I do? What does William hope I'm going to do? Right along with his letter, he sent 2 copies of a visitation request form. So evidently he wants me to come and visit him in jail. And every letter I get, he gives me another list of things that he wants me to pray for. And he also gives me a list of things he wishes he had, like an ESV study Bible. Is it my role to disciple this guy? When I was first given the assignment to research the sex industry here in Omaha and to research what sex trafficking was all about, I was okay as long as it meant, going to websites and reading about it, or reading good books about it, or meeting people, other people, who do the nitty-gritty work of working with people. But what about now, Is my holy discontent going to take me into a friendship with a sex offender who wants to grow as a Christian? What would Nehemiah do? There's a lot of rubble to trip over. Is William's life a total loss? Does he have a future that he could get excited about? What would Nehemiah do if Nehemiah were sat down in front of William's life and said, "Nehemiah, do you think we can rebuild this?"